You're watching Revolution 21 and it's great to be here.
It's great to be back at Revolution 21.
Welcome to Sports Central. I'm joined by Martin McCrossan because it's that time of year. Let me give you a clue. 13 Olympic medals, 7 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze and 1 world record. The Great Britain cycling team were unstoppable in Beijing and they're coming back to the Revolution in Manchester. Now, like last year, we'll be dedicating 2 shows to each event of the series. This week we're focusing on the future stars and the sprinters. Next week will be the endurance racing for both the men and the women. Martin, this week, let's start with the future stars.
Claire, the future stars, it's bigger and better than it was last year. We've got 50 of the country's best under-16 riders competing here. There's nothing like this anywhere in the world. The way the series works, they compete in regions, they score points at the end of every race. The rider at the end of the series with the most points is crowned the winner. So for the future stars, it's almost like a mini World Cup, so consistency is vital. Yeah, indeed, consistency. One bad night and it can be all over for you. You're here, you're competing in front of thousands of people, in front of your heroes. This is a really good grounding and it shows why Great Britain riders now can step up to the highest level so quickly. This is definitely the win that they want. Now, given that last year's winners, Dan McLean, Corinne Hall, have stepped up to the elite category, who are the favourites this year? It's always very, very difficult to tell when we come into the series because the racing is always so close. But as you said, some of them have moved up to elite level this year. But Laura Trott could be a favourite and Harriet Owen in the girls racing. Local boy Jordan Hargreaves in the boys. But last year, Sam Harrison and John Dibble were both very, very consistent throughout the whole year. And with Dan McLean now with the elites, could open the door for either of those. I think we're guaranteed some fantastic racing from the Future Stars. Now, the Future Stars series at the Revolution certainly showcases the best up-and-coming talent. Take, for example, Stephen Burke. Stephen Burke, what can we say? We've watched him grow up on these boards. He won the Future Stars series in 2005 and we were all on the edge of our seats screaming at him at the Olympics. He went there for experience and he came away with a bronze medal. So for these youngsters, they don't just aspire to race for Great Britain anymore, they all believe that they can go and be Olympic champions, which is incredible. That's true and it's great to hear. Now, Stephen Burke is racing at Revolution 21 and he took some time out to give some words of wisdom to the up-and-coming riders.
So would you say that the Future Stars was one of the events where it all started for you?
Definitely, as well as the National Track Champs, that was the first few events that started to get good and it was a real good opportunity to do some good racing in the winter. It's all come really quick really. I managed to progress from step to step really and yeah, it's all going good and hopefully I can improve and keep going. Your attitude, I think, is the main thing. As well as your physical capabilities and how you train, and it all adds up really, and it's all one package you should have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stephen Burke will be in action next week, but for this week, let's talk about the sprinters. Oh, my favourites. The gladiators of the boards, they're called, the big guys, they're all here. Jamie Staff and Jason Kenny, both Olympic champions in the team sprint. And Jason Kenny showed just how tough he is here a couple of weeks ago when he slid the length of the finishing straight on his back to take a gold in the sprint at the World Cup. Matt Crampton's here, another gold medalist from the World Cup and a real up-and-coming star. But we've got to look for some young guys such as Peter Mitchell of Team Terminator. He's now here on the Olympic development plan. He could be a rider to watch for as well. And for the first time at the Revolution, it's an all-British affair, and it sounds like we've got a track full of medalists. We have indeed. We don't have to import foreign talent anymore. We're the best in the world. We're best in the world to the point where we're dominant. So it's champions versus champions? Yes, it is. On that note, let's get to the action.
The girls take to the line for the DHL Future Stars points race. 20 laps of the track. Sprint every 5 laps. The first rider gets 5 points, second rider 3, third 2 and fourth 1 point. They get the whistle this time for the first sprint. So all the riders on the front starting to fight it out. And it's Hannah Walker on the front, number 144. She's been challenged at the moment by Hannah Ferguson. The riders come round for the first time this time. So big sprint to the line. Bryony Darban of the southeast region now goes the front. Big effort by Bryony. She's got herself a good gap at the moment, but the other riders and the crowd get behind Bryony now. She glances up at them. But the chase behind coming from Lucy Garner of the East Midlands region. So she's back in the fold now. Ruby Miller of Wales comes through this time for that sprint. They get the whistle for the next sprint this time. Big effort on the front from Hannah Walker. Ruby Miller now moves over the top for Wales. She's been challenged by Laura Trott. Ruby Miller of Wales trying to follow in the wheel tracks of Alex Greenfield. Ruby Miller took that last sprint from Hannah Walker, Laura Trott and Melissa Burry. Field just lull momentarily, and this is the perfect time for a rider to get away. 1 kilometre to go, 4 laps of the track. Number 132, Hannah Leyland of the Yorkshire region. She hasn't scored any points so far. Can she score herself some points? And a big attack now from Harriet Owen. She has scored some points. Harriet Owen, can she score a victory here? Can she move herself up? It'll move her up to second place. Harriet Owen, if she can take the 5 points, but she's got to pull back. Number 132, Hannah Leyland at the moment. Harriet Owen now puts the hammer down on the front. Jess Crampton trying to get on terms with her, but she's going to hang on. Good effort. Great ride there to take the points. She hasn't scored, but Hannah Leyland from the Yorkshire region took that from Harriet Owen. Jess Crampton took the 2 points, and Penny Rowson took the 1 point for 4th place.
Take us through the race. I'm normally not very good on the short races, so I tried to get there. And on the first sprint, I think I got like 6th. So I was a bit gutted about that, but I just got to the front the next time, and somebody attacked, and I just went on and got the 5. And I could see that we were dropping people, so I attacked again, try and get away, but people brought us back. But I was at the front again, and nobody seemed to be coming, so the bell went, and I went again. And then I got the other 5, but after that, the last sprint, I just couldn't contend, but luckily I had it, and I was really pleased with it.
The Future Stars boys take to the line for the 6-lap dash. All it is, big bunch race, 6 laps of the track. First rider across the line is the winner. The pace is on right from the gun for the Future Stars. You don't want to go too far from the front, but over the top, big effort by Sam Harrison. Does anyone have an answer for the Welshman? Harrison on the front. The challenge is coming, but have they got enough to come around him? No, they haven't. Sam Harrison takes the victory.
Congratulations, you moved at the right time.
Yeah, I was a bit blocked in with about 3 to go, but luckily my teammate made a bit of a gap for me. So I just I went for it. That's what you have to do at these races. And luckily the gap appeared and I got there just in time.
So what's it like racing at the Revolution under this crowd?
Oh, it's amazing, especially because it's sold out today. I've never raced in front of so many people. It's really good that as soon as you hit the front, you just go twice as fast, really. It definitely prepares you, because obviously I could be going to the European Junior Track Championships and that next year. And there's obviously going to be a big crowd there, and with all that, and the racing will be the same, fighting for position. So it's a good experience.
3 laps to go, 3 to go this time. The girls just looking around at each other. Bryony Darban of the Southeast region now. She did look good in the points race. Who's going to be the rider to attack? Bryony Darban still on the front for the Southeast region. She's going to go for a long one if she's going to lead this out. 2 laps to go. Still Bryony Darban on the front. She's followed by Lucy Garner. But now the attack comes from Ruby Miller halfway down the group. The rider from Wales punches her way over the top. Ruby Miller, big effort now with 1 lap to go. Here we go, the Welsh firepower hits the front. And she's being chased by Harriet Owen. Ruby Miller, Harriet Owen on the wheel. Harriet Owen, she's got a shoulder to shoulder. It's a drag race all the way to the right. Ruby Miller holding Harriet Owen at the moment. They're going to throw the bikes to the line. Who took it? It looks it's going to be a photo finish once again. We will wait for the judge's decision on that. She did. Harriet Owen powered her way over the top all the way to the line for a victory in the Future Stars scratch race.
So just take us through the race.
Well, I sat through in the race making some moves, watching everyone, and I was just in the right place at the right time to nip her at the end.
So live your life.
Sam Harrison opened his account this evening with a victory. Will he take another one here in the points race? Whistle for the first sprint. Sam Harrison. He's a very, very experienced rider. Here's Sam Harrison from Wales. Look at that, 1.5 laps of the track on the front, and it looks like Sam Harrison is going to take the maximum points on the opening sprint. Yes, he does. 5 points to him. Looking for the next sprint. Big effort over the top by Adam Yates of the Northwest region. Sam Harrison on his wheel. Jamie Rogers of the East Midlands. Sam Harrison, he's boxed a little bit at the moment. Can he punch his way out? Adam Yates comes through. Oh, it's a photo finish. Number 106 from the Northwest region. They get the whistle this time. The next sprint, Ben Dunn of the East Midlands region. Mark Dow once again. Sam Harrison comes over the top. Look at Sam Harrison trying to get himself some more points. Uses the slingshot. Ooh-ha! Sam Harrison, great ride by him to come through. Sam Harrison needs to close this one. He needs to open a gap now because they're chasing him down. Baxter makes his move over the top. Sam Harrison into the slipstream, gets onto the wheel of Baxter. Sam Harrison of Wales trying to come over the top of Baxter. Sam Harrison on the legs starting to hurt. Harrison comes through and he takes it. Sam Harrison takes his second victory of the night in the points race.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling really good at the moment, and earlier in the year I won 3 of the national titles as well out of 5, so it's been a good year for me and it's carrying on, so I'm happy.
Katie Winton now on the front. She's only got 2 laps to go. Can she hang on and take the first victory of the night for Scotland? Penny Rowson of East Midlands just shouting at everyone, trying to muster the troops, try and get a chase going. At the moment, she's going to get the bell this time. She's got to give it a big effort if she can hang on for the victory. Katie Winton, it doesn't take. She's going to get caught. It's Laura Trott that's bringing them round. Laura Trott comes through with Jess Anderson on her wheel. Laura Trott, big effort at the bottom of the track by her, but she's being challenged at the moment. And they come through to the line. Lucy Garner looks like takes the victory there, number 135.
Just take us through the 6-lap dash.
Well, the first 2 laps it was just easy, and then there was a crash, so I sort of got a bit nervous, but then once the race started again, I just got straight in there, and luckily at 1.5 laps to go, I got myself in a good position and then just went from there.
And Sam Harrison take another victory here this evening. 4 laps remaining, and they've got a good sizable gap at the moment. Dunn is powering now. Balicki looks like he's hurting. Balicki's looking all over the place for some reinforcements. Greg Brown from Scotland. Sam Harrison swings up from Wales, and the attacks behind are coming. 3 laps to go. Will the pressure on the front of the group be enough to pull it back? Dunn and Balicki still out there in front, and the attack behind. They're going to come round this time with 2 laps to go. 2 laps remaining now. Good pressure. Felix English now. Felix English got the power on the front. Sam Harrison trying to come over the top. They're going to get the bell this time. Sam Harrison gets the bell. He's looking very, very ominously strong in his Future Stars racing this evening. Sam Harrison on the front, but it looks like his legs are starting to tie up. Keita Marty coming over the top. Sam Harrison, enough for the legs this evening. Good right there in the end.
Now, he was in a very good position near the finish, so I was quite confident that he was going to win.
Yeah, it was a hard wheel to follow. I'm not feeling too great tonight, but yeah, I managed to hold on and get past him, so it was good, yeah.
After round 1, this is how the Future Stars boards looks. In the boys, it's very close, but Sam Harrison is leading with 86 points. Ruby Miller is first in the girls, with Lucy Garner and Lauren Trott tied at 2nd place. And the team standing sees the Northwest region claiming top spot.
That's all for part one, but join me after the break as we go to some sprint racing. It's an all-British affair and we've got a track full of medalists. So it's champions versus champions. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're at the Manchester Velodrome for Revolution 21, which is the first event of the series. Now in part one we saw the future stars, and now we're about to go to the sprint racing.
After all the success in Beijing, I caught up with national track sprint coach Ian Dyer to get his thoughts on all the champions competing at Revolution 21.
I think it reflects really well on British cycling. The fact that we've got World Cup winners, European champions in there, and world champions, and of course Olympic champions, and in a fairly decent sized group, and some of them are pretty young as well.
Now the important question is can we keep it up?
People said that to us after the World Championships in Parma last year, and we did the World Championships this year, of course, and went even better. We went better again at the Olympics. And I think, judging our performance at the World Cup that we had just last month, I'd say we're doing a pretty good job of it, and I hope we can.
Crampton now accelerating up the top of the track. They get the bell this time. Crampton's got the run from the high position. Mitchell now forces Crampton high, gets that inside position. Mitchell now, big effort. Matthew Crampton trying to come over the top. Mitchell fights to try and hold that position. He's holding him high on the track at the moment. Can Matthew Crampton come through and take it? Yes, he can. Matthew Crampton takes the first round of the sprint. Staff hanging high on the track. Hill now, big effort, but here comes the big man for the Sky Plus HD team. Stephen Hill on the front. There goes Jamie Staff. That's how it's done, over the top. Big effort. He shows the youngster how it's done. Comes into the home straight. Jamie Staff takes heat 2 of round 1 in the sprint. Daniel and Edgar. Edgar throws him a little flick, and it's just enough to throw David Daniel off his stride at the moment. That just shows the experience of Ross Edgar. A little bump of the handlebars, and it's enough. And Ross Edgar goes through in heat 3. Kenny now accelerates on the front. Light tries to lock himself in on the wheel, but he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to come over the top of Jason Kenny. But he's fighting all the way, but he's only level with the back wheel at the moment. Jason Kenny comes through. Staff just glancing under the legs, start to move up the track. Can he try and force Matthew Crampton into that front position? And the riders drop into the standstill, but it's enough for Jamie Staff to force Matthew Crampton through to the front. Staff now just sweeping the track behind Crampton. Crampton, very, very experienced sprinter is Matthew Crampton. He sees the flick of Jamie Staff. He's accelerating forward but looking over his shoulder at the same time. The sprinters, they literally do have eyes in the back of their heads. Crampton now, but Jamie Staff hanging high on the track, gets the acceleration from the top of the track. He's got a huge amount of work to do to get on terms with Matthew Crampton. But bit by bit, Jamie Staff gets up to the wheel, but it's not enough. Matthew Crampton comes through and takes the victory. Matthew Crampton through to the final. Jason Kenny likes to lead from the front, glancing back over the shoulder. They get the bell this time. Does Ross Edgar have the acceleration to come over the top? But Jason Kenny now at trademark sprint. He winds it up at the bottom of the track. Ross Edgar trying to get on terms. Here comes Edgar. The charge from behind. Is it enough for Edgar? He gets up to Jason Kenny. Is it enough? Has he left it too late? Very, very close to the line. And it was Ross Edgar that took that semi-final. What an incredible ride by Ross Edgar. Christian Light looks over his shoulder, as does David Daniel. They see the run from Peter Mitchell. They've got Jason Kenny boxed at the moment. Kenny trying to fight his way out, but it's Christian Light from David Daniel. Jason Kenny, Peter Mitchell, Stephen Hill, but David Daniel trying to come over the top. Here comes Jason Kenny all the way to the line. He was boxed in on that final lap. That shows the experience of Jason Kenny. He managed to just sneak his way out on the final turn. The Revolution Sprint final between Ross Edgar and Matthew Crampton of Science in Sport. Edgar, silver medalist in the Beijing Olympics in the keirin behind Chris Hoy. Crampton right up round the boards. Crampton is going to get the full run from the top of this Manchester track. They can hear the bell. Crampton now is going to drop in on Ross Edgar. Ross Edgar's going to try and hang him high. Ross Edgar, look at that, throws him a little switch. Matthew Crampton of Science in Sport now hits turn 3, slingshot all the way to the line. Matthew Crampton makes it look easy. The Science in Sport team takes a victory, and well deserved it was.
Congratulations, it was some fierce competition. So just take us through the sprint racing tonight.
Raced Pete Mitchell first round, just a straight rides all the way through. He's a young academy rider. And then I raced Jamie Staff and Ross Edgar, just straight rides all the way through. He's good because Jamie doesn't sprint much, and I know he's a bit of a dark horse and he can go pretty quick, so that was nice, I had a big gap on him and I just thought, oh, go. And then I think Ross might have been a bit spent after the 7:50 time trial, but it's nevertheless nice.
The Derny's winding it up. He's going to peel off with 2.5 laps to go. So the Derny's going to pull off, cuts the engine off. Now, this is when all hell breaks loose and Jamie Staff comes over the top in the black and blue of the Sky team. Pete Mitchell now, he wants the wheel of the experienced Jamie Staff, and he gets it. It's Jamie Staff, and Matt Crampton now makes his move. Young Pete Mitchell, Christian Light trying to come through as well. They get the bell this time, and it's Matthew Crampton and gets the front position. Jamie Staff on the inside, Christian Light trying to come through. Dave Daniel also coming over the top. Here comes Ross Edgar from the back, but it's Matthew Crampton. Once again, there is no stopping this man at the moment. Matthew Crampton, he takes the sprint, he takes the keirin for the Science in Sport team, and he is on fire.
Matthew, you're on great form tonight. So is that your race?
I think it's becoming that way, yeah. I'm doing all right here at the moment.
Now, for those viewers watching and don't know a lot about the keirin, please explain how you do what you do.
Well, motorbike paces you up to speed, 5.5 laps, gradually getting faster, and then it swings off. So you kind of have people attacking and moving around and just kind of waiting. But it's usually a lot faster than the sprint, a lot more black line kind of race. But because there's 7 of you, it gets kind of crazy and you get people bashing into each other and all sorts of stuff like that.
That's all for Sports Central, but we'll be at Revolution 21 next week. What have we got for you? Well, Brad McGee is retiring, and we've got some action from the elite endurance women who will be featuring at every Revolution this year. So it's all celebrations. See you next week, same time, same place.
You're watching Revolution 21, and it's great to be here.
It's great to be back at Revolution 21.